Tech stocks in the U.S. have proven very volatile, with a big slide this week, then a bit of a bounce back. Some of this relates to fears about Chinese AI competition that might outstrip what American companies have done. And it comes amidst Donald Trump's embrace of tech billionaires. Oracle CEO Larry Ellison, for example, was at a big White House event in week one, but then went on to lose over $20 billion in that stock slide I mentioned, at least on paper. Losing $20 billion in a day is a good sign you have a ton of money. Meanwhile, new reporting on Elon Musk trying to take his Twitter game plan and apply it to the entire federal government. He has stormed into Washington. The New York Times reporting that Musk shows up in person at these agencies and is trying to sort of Twitterfy the federal government, installing some of the very same executives who all ultimately cut not a third or half, but actually 80% of that company's staff. Millions of federal workers received an unusual offer this week that, again, like so much that we're covering, might be part messaging, part bluster, given the rules on federal workforces, but also can matter. They were told in language eerily reminiscent of Twitter layoffs that they'd reached a, quote, fork in the road, and they were being encouraged to resign and get some longer payment through about the fall if they did. Indeed, it was the same, quote, subject line must use, according to the Times, in those Twitter layoffs. Now, researchers reported that cutting that much staff, while it certainly saved money, came with costs. And a tech company is way simpler than the entire federal government. But just to lay this out, according to the Times reporting, hate speech surged. The company lost billions, even amidst saving money on the employees. Musk has told staff, as of now, with all of his changes, quote, we're barely breaking even, and it's a dire situation for revenue. So this management style, the Times reports, is now being tried, at least on parts of the federal government, and that could lead to hardship.
We have to reduce spending to live within our means. That necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
Now, a lot of business leaders mean it when they say that the government should run more like a business. And in individual examples, sometimes that makes sense. People say that the line at the DMV or the difficulty with government websites makes them think it ought to be more like Amazon or Tesla. But again, if you just think about it, those are consumer-facing products. They don't have a commitment to serve everyone. They certainly don't have a legal view that everyone has equal rights. And when you come to the Pentagon or Social Security, they don't have any commitment to be there for you in 10 years or 50. Meanwhile, a Project 2025 Trump ally is talking about inflicting, quote, trauma on public servants.
We want the bureaucrats to be traumatically affected. We want, when they wake up in the morning, we want them to not want to go to work because they are increasingly viewed as the villains. We want their funding to be shut down so that the EPA can't do all of the rules against our energy industry because they have no bandwidth financially to do so. We want to put them in trauma.
Put them in, quote, trauma, make sure they have no financial bandwidth. That sounds like making people broke. And you heard a lot of they, us and them, we and they, but that individual and others are still taking a taxpayer paycheck from you. So they're taking your taxpayer money and then talking about they cut the money for other people, cut the jobs for other people, as long as it's not, you know, the new Trump people. Now, while they're flexing the power over the government, there is also a lot of business conflicts here. Musk's advisory group is named after a type of crypto that he owns. I've told you this before. He keeps trying to trick people into saying the name. I don't need to say it to refer to the group, but a lot of outlets, newspapers are doing so, and every time they do, he's getting free promotion of his dog crypto that he owns. Trump launched his own crypto going into his first day in office, and it could be used to buy other Trump products, merchandise. Trump's media company today expanding more into cryptocurrencies. Trump's family members also launching them. He previously called crypto a scam. And keep in mind, there's still governing to be done. Trump just signed an order about banking services for crypto companies being protected. We have an incoming president here, brand new in his second term, using his power over an industry that he's now profiting from to the tune of billions. And I know everyone is a little skeptical when we hear about things being unprecedented, but this level of grift is unprecedented in scope and scale, partly because the tech tools are so vast, and partly because past presidents did not choose to do this, even if it might have been technically legal. We didn't see the past Democratic president, Joe Biden, try to launch a crypto coin, which, if Trump's is any indication, is a way that presidents can pocket a lot of money. The kinds of grift that have sparked outrage in Trump's first term are now seen as some sort of norm from his allies. House Republicans did the winter retreat directly at a Trump golf course. The Post describes it as a politicized windfall. Speaker Johnson touting it.
I want to welcome you to Doral International, Trump's fantastic property.
We have it all in Doral. And the city of Doral, a lot of people don't realize, one of the most successful cities in the world.
It might sound like an ad. It might be an ad. And this speaks to something that is a big part of what happens if a government, whether you call it a out-of-touch government or a more oligarchic government or a government for the few, whatever you want to call it, if a government becomes disconnected from accountability measures, which protect everyone, you, the taxpayer, and any kind of sort of democracy, whether that's rules, norms, or just a general view of the people at the top that this time serving in public service is not supposed to be for private gain. When those things fall apart, we know what happens. We have many examples. And this is not a red MAGA thing. We've seen this all over the world. There's someone who I've worked with here that you probably know. So she is our colleague, but she's made a lot of evidence-based arguments on this. Rachel Maddow has been covering this, including from an international perspective. And she's written books to track this history. And before the meme coin, and before some of the details I just reported for you, right after Trump's victory, she wrote, this happened to be in the New Yorker magazine, she's talked about it in her coverage on her show as well, quote, "Watch your wallet. If history's a guide, it might be worth remembering America's most ambitious and accomplished demagogues have also been crooks." Does seeing the facts and learning from history help? There's a lot of signs that it actually does at times like this.